Bleach fans rejoice. There is actual Bleach news to talk about, kind of. CC2, the infamous developers of the Naruto Storm series and the upcoming Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, recently did a self-conducted Q&A thing. The subject of the Q&A was Hiroshi Matsuyama. He is the CEO and president of CC2. He seems to have a really strong understanding of the industry he's in. He answers questions fairly directly, honestly, and only hides what he absolutely has to. So why are we making a video about this? Well, he was specifically asked a question about a Bleach game being developed by CC2. The exact question was, "Hi, do you have any plan at all of making a Bleach game similar to the Naruto Ninja Storm series?" Let's focus on the question a moment before we jump into his answer. As far as a Bleach game goes, I think CC2 and an arena fighter would be the perfect developer and genre combination. Now, I'll admit, I'm not the biggest fan of the Storm series mechanically, but the presentation that CC2 is capable of bringing to the table would rise a Bleach video game to levels that it's never seen before. Hiroshi mentions that this is a question he actually gets a lot, but he also clarifies that there are currently no such plans. He goes on to say that he himself is a massive fan of the series, both the anime and the manga, and he also mentions that he notices this question coming from overseas fans mostly. That's us. He says that they're currently focused on delivering the games that have already been announced and that they are currently working on. It's possible that he took this question to gauge the online reaction to get an idea of how much of a craving there is for this type of game, and at least that seems to be what most people are taking away from this right now, and I think that's certainly possible, but I also think it's possible he just wanted to drum up some interest in his new Q&A series that's being conducted on the Japanese YouTube channel. Of all the big anime franchises, it's hard to deny that Bleach has certainly got the short end of the stick, and I certainly hope that we do get a truly good Bleach game eventually on consoles. I just find it a tiny bit hard to believe that in 2019 it would be the best business decision for Bandai or CC2. The absolute most valuable resources in any industry, but more specifically the games industry, is time and money. Whenever you see a new game or a new piece of content added to a game, that took a lot of those resources, time and money. Investors, CEOs, companies as a whole want to see a return on those resources, a return on that time and money pumped into that product. And obviously a Bleach game would sell, that's not the question. It would profit just fine. I'm sure it would see a big return on investment. In fact, I'm sure it would make a lot of money. But take a second to put yourself in Bandai's shoes. Imagine you have projections and data in front of you. Now, we can never have any of this data because this is private data that only they have access to. But let's say, for example, that data said you would see even more of a return on that time and that money if you put all of those resources into a Demon Slayer game or Kakarot 2. Let's say, for example, these are the projections Bandai had in front of them. Why are they ever going to choose to make a Bleach game? This is why we get so many Naruto, Dragon Ball, and now even One Piece games. It's not that let's say, a Telltale style Death Note game wouldn't have made a ton of money. It's that they will never see the same return on investment. Not just a return on investment money-wise, but a return on investment time-wise. Now, obviously, there are a ton of examples of less popular anime still getting games. Recently, we got Kill la Kill from a pretty small developer, and recently, Bandai themselves announced a new One Punch Man game. Now, obviously, One Punch Man is massive, but it's just not on the scale of those other games, which is the whole point of this discussion. Now, I could be wrong here because this is mostly just speculation, but I'm sure the numbers between, let's say, One Punch Man and another Naruto game were close, or at least close enough that perhaps, again, this is a bit of speculation, a little bit of a push from Shueisha, the original copyright owners, or the current copyright owners, was enough to push One Punch Man over the edge as opposed to one of the other many IPs they have access to. It benefits them to have a One Punch Man, a Hero Nobody Knows game outside of just the profits from the game. It benefits them because now more people are talking about One Punch Man. Now they might go watch season 2. Now they might go watch season 1 for the first time because they liked Jump Force, and now they heard that the same developer's making a One Punch Man game. Maybe that person's never heard of One Punch Man. Now they go check out One Punch Man, the animated series, and maybe now because they enjoyed the animated series, they'll go pick up some of the manga volumes. Now all of that applies to Bleach, but there's not a whole lot of new Bleach stuff coming out. However, a One Punch Man game, or one of the various other options that Bandai has in front of them, can not only market itself because it's its own IP, but it also markets any future product made with that IP, which I'm sure is incredibly appealing for long-term investors. I'm sure there's some marketing name for this, but I'll just go ahead and call it, I don't know, cross-product marketing. Let's go with that. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to play a Bleach arena fighter. That's not to say that it's on the top of my list of arena fighters that I would like to see, but I would certainly have fun with that type of game, especially if it was made by CC2 and the level of presentation that we know they can pull off. But I'm not holding my breath for it. I don't think it's gonna happen, or at least not anytime soon, for the same reasons that I caution people about Hiei probably not making it into Jump Force, and the same reason I'm not holding my breath for a story-driven Promised Neverland game. Now, if the Bleach anime was still going, maybe we'd be having a different conversation right now, because then they would be able to cross-market the two products. With all of that being said, if anybody could make it happen, other than an entire boardroom of people agreeing to make it happen, it would have to be the CEO of the development company, so you've definitely got that in your corner. So I'm not saying the chances are zero, I'm just saying, let's just not hold our breath. If it happens, awesome. Let's not get our hopes up though, which is often my stance a lot of the time. And then people misconstrue that to me being like, oh, Bilbsy hates Bleach. Or, oh, Bilbsy hates Hiei. No. I'm just saying, hold on. Let's not get too excited just yet. Let's wait and see what happens. And if cool stuff happens, it happens. But as of right now, it's not happening. And that's just the words of the CEO. But let's hope it does, because that would be really cool. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new around here, please subscribe, keep you up to date with all the cool anime gaming news. Leave a like on the video, it helps other people find it. My name is Bilbsy, and I'll see you in the next video.